Hey guys, Chris here from Man Outdoor Boys. If you follow us along at all and you saw the video I did on the Everlast I made 140E, in that video I noted that one of the things I was a little bit concerned about that came with the welder was the ground lead, which I have here. This ground lead is only about 5 foot long, and the clamp isn't really as heavy duty as I want. So after doing a couple projects with it, I decided that I'm going to replace the lead with a longer 10-foot lead, and I'm also going to replace the clamp with a heavier duty clamp. So what I have here is 10 feet of 4-gauge wire from Electrical Wire and Cable Specialist. I got that off of Amazon, and I also have solid brass ground clamp. This is a Hobart brand, but they're all pretty similar. Also got this off of Amazon. It's rated for 400 amps, so more than I'll be putting through this little MIG welder. So first things first, when you replace the cable itself, you can order these plugs online, or you can just use the same one. I'm just going to use the same one, save myself a couple bucks. So this little rubber shoe here comes off. Basically you just pull it and wiggle it until it comes off, and that exposes the metal end of the plug. So I'll be keeping this wire and this cable separate, and I'll just be using this plug. Another thing I'll have to do is put the end of the wire into the ground clamp, which shouldn't be too hard. I've already pre-stripped the ends of the wire, just with a regular knife. So inside this ground clamp, it's held on by this pretty heavy duty lug right on top here, and inside there's a little shim to help push down on the wire. So this is pretty simple. You just make sure that little shim is against the lug, and you just push the wire in there, and then you'll just tighten it down on top of the wire. I've seen some guys, they'll solder the end of it, the end of the lead. I decided I didn't want to do that. I didn't really see a huge need for it with how this clamp is designed. Get that nice and tight on there. That looks good, and then I can come back and with pliers and crimp this ring down, see if I can get that tighter around here, just so it doesn't have as much stress in it. The next step here will be to take this lug off of the lead that I previously had and attach it to the new one. So that's held on there with an Allen key, so I have to grab one of those. There you go. So there's our old lead. We won't need that for anything. Take the rubber boot off of that one and slide the rubber boot onto this one. So this style plug is called a DINS connector. It's a 1025 is the kind of rating on it, which is the area of the wire that goes into it. And 4 gauge on the smaller sized ones is the maximum rated wire diameter for this size plug. So if you have a machine that can handle a bigger size plug, you can go above a 4 gauge, but that's as big as this machine will handle, so that's what I'll be using. Okay, so I just slipped the end in there, got it all nice and tight with that set screw, and there's a couple little indexing marks on the boot. Slide that up, and that's our lead. It's about as simple as that. So now I have 5 extra feet of lead plus a ton more clamping power here. Originally I didn't know if I was going to upgrade it, but after the last little project I did, this ground clamp just wasn't holding to, and I had to use a vice grip on my piece of work and clamp that to it. So I just decided that I'd go ahead with the upgrade, and I think I'll be happy with what I got. So now my ground lead is just as long as my MIG torch, and I'll be able to reach a lot more places and not have to move the welder so often. So I'll put a link in the description to the wire that I got if you're interested in that, and also the ground clamp. I decided to go with the solid brass one just because I didn't want to have to replace it. Some of those other ones that are like this style but a little bit bigger, I just didn't want to have to replace it later down the road. So I'll put links in for that in the description. If you haven't seen the video that I did on the Everlast iMig 140E, you can feel free to go over to our YouTube page and check that out, and give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more updates and stuff like that. Summer's coming around, so we should be having quite a few more videos coming out at a higher pace, so make sure you subscribe so you can get all the latest updates on that. Thanks for watching, guys. For MN Outdoor Boys, I'm Chris Bluzak. Be safe and get outdoors.